So there's a lot to this thing. Man, there's must be 50 screws, bunch of pieces of plastic. A lot more to this generator than our other one, but this is an inverter, right? So whatever. All this to get to a pull cord. On the other one, you literally could just do it instantly.
Love you.
But no big deal. Serving in the Army in 2012, Jeremy met Ashley. They got married, had baby Sam. Jeremy got medically released from the Army, and this brings us up to today. Good day, welcome back. So, the Jenny's back up and running. That took a little bit of messing around with. Pretty much had to take the entire thing apart. It's got about, I don't know, 100 pieces of plastic it felt like, and 6,000 screws to get at it. I believe Ashley's calling me. She has the keys to the bike and I need to plow. Hello? Oh, you have the bike keys, I think. The keys to the side-by-side? Yeah. Oh, are you? Yeah, I was just going to ask how long you're going to be. If not, I would have came and got them. Oh, okay. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay, bye. Love you. I was going to get to that. She has the keys to the bike and I got to get to plowing. But anyway, she's on her way back, so I'll be able to do it soon. Anyways, back to the generator. Yeah, there's a whole pile of pieces of plastic because that's an inverter style. And well, I'll show you here. If I was to replace the cord on the big Jenny, you can see that it's literally right beside it. Right on the side of it. So it's much easier to do. But on this here, it's pretty much right directly in the middle. So you see I had it all ripped apart. It was right in the middle of the generator. Because it has a bunch of other components all hidden in there but the plastic. But it's a great little Jenny, no big deal. Just had to take it apart. Once I got it apart, me and my helper Sam, we got it all sorted out. So now that it's up and running again, that's perfect. We like to, it's nice having that backup generator just in case something does happen on the little one anyways, so we can always go to it for a day or two until we get the other one sorted out, right? Because you never know when something could pop up, right? But that's good. Well, now I'm outside. The plan was to get some plowing done, so maybe now I'm going to bring in some wood because I need some more wood. Do the regular things we got to do. Always got to brush off those solar panels, things like that, and we'll go from there. Not much on here today, that's good. Had a few people bring up a gear sled, and we actually have one right here, made by Pelican. It's pretty good size. We use it when we're going out back for stuff, or we hauled a bunch of stuff in it when we first came in here, almost 2 years ago now. The Jenny and stuff, like yanking that around here, it's on wheels, so it's pretty easy. And the wood, like if we were to throw the wood in there, it would end up actually being more work, because from the wood pile here over to the door, it's like 20 or 25 steps. So you'd throw all the wood in it, you'd have to pull the wood out, throw it in there, drag it over there, and then have to bend down and pick it all back up. So it would just be more work. If it was a farther distance, then yeah, but no need for so close. That thing does come in handy for a lot of things, big time. So it is an awesome thing. People suggested, but luckily we got one. Pretty sure I got a chipmunk living in here. I've seen him walking in and out in steps. One of these days he's going to pull a log out and he's going to attack me. Good for another few days.
Hi.
What's that?
Your keys?
Hey.
That you left in the car, let me point out.
Yeah, I know I did. Hello. How are you? How's the queen? Good? Hey, you good? See, I got this tiny little heater here. Just plugs into my 12-volt thing. It's not the greatest, to be honest, but it will kind of defrost this for me. And if you keep the doors closed and everything in here, and with your body heat, it will kind of keep you warm in here anyway. I still wouldn't really recommend it, but it was super cheap. Before I get started on the plowing, I'm gonna go check the trail cam. Hopefully we got a shot of a moose coming through and not those pesky coyotes. Wile E. Coyote and his good buddy. I really should have the heater in this thing, being up here in Canada with the cold temperatures, and I use this during the winter, but it's not cheap. Maybe someday, it's a dream. One thing cool about that, if we got that, we could have AC in the summer. Don't necessarily need that, but I know Ashley'd like to have it. Lots of bunny tracks. That's no surprise. Don't see much else, to be honest, though. See what's on here? Nothing. Well, bunnies and coyotes. So I will do this road. I'll get to this eventually. I can still get through it all right, but it's lower on the priority list because I want to do the front area, right? So another option that we got moving forward, you know, we put this for sale. You know, want to be closer to town for appointments and things like that, because we got it's about 200 miles round trip, 320k from here. You got some comments on the off-grid thing. Just want to be clear that off-grid is not hard. Living off-grid's not hard. For us, it's just the distance. That's it. As far as this here, if it was a little closer, it'd be perfect. But having said that, we're still considering some other things. And one of those things is, for one, there's like a price that we won't negotiate on. So there's that, right? So we don't get that price 100%, we wouldn't sell this anyway. But another thing is that I said in another video, you can check it up here, about other reasons, right? Just because where this one is at, there's a lot of benefits to it being out here as well, as far as being prepared and things like that. Lots of things for it, right? Lots of different reasons in that regard. So another option, right? Still weeding these things out in our mind. We're just being transparent and sharing it with you right here. That we may, another option would be is us buying another piece of land way closer, right? So maybe 5 acres, 10 acres, whatever we come across, right? Closer to where we need to go, so then we have like a halfway point. So right now we have our camper, right? So our camper is on a campsite way closer, probably half hour from the city, which is perfect. It's actually the perfect distance, right? And honestly, that is the country. That's where all the farms are and everything. That's like the country living that you kind of picture. And then those people would say that we live way out, right? Like we're way out of town out here. We're just like, we're with the animals completely. But that's awesome, right? But if we had a few acres over there, and it doesn't have to be like this real prime, but as long as it's like, but just getting us closer there. So then if I had a few acres there, a bonus with that, we could take our camper out the campsite, which costs some money, a couple grand a year anyway. So you take that off the campsite, put that on a smaller, cheaper piece of land with some wood too, right? A smaller wood lot. And then put the camper on that, and then that instantly creates another halfway point for us that we own there, right? And then over time we could build a small camp on that, or a small place, right? That we could just with, you know, the basics in it, but it's a halfway point during, and have a wood stove in it, things like that. But what it does, it creates another halfway point. So if we're going down for things, you know, maybe there's multiple things in a row at a time, things like that, we can kind of just stay there and then do all the things, you know, go for, you know, days at a time and be good to go right there for all the different things we do, which is multiple things right down that way. So then we have this, which is our 70-acre homestead, and then we also have the other one, which we could develop into like a smaller version down there, and then have a second halfway spot, right? And also, you know, just getting our camper off of the campground and putting it on our own piece of land, you're putting money into your own piece of land instead of paying campground fees. And also, it's going to open up the season longer, because right now I think we got like 4.5 months that the campground's open, so there's a big portion of the year that you can't even use your camper. Now, we're not going to go ahead and use our camper in the winter time, but you could definitely get a few more months out of it, right? So that's something that instantly would add at least add a couple of more months to our year that we have for the halfway, because in the summer we already have that with the campground, right? So was awesome this summer to have that, right? So that would open that up for us. So that's another big option that we could look towards, because we could probably get a small acreage, put the camper on it, work with that for now, eventually maybe build something on that, put a wood stove in that, have another halfway point, and then just over the next couple of years get that kind of set up too, so then we're good to go in that regard. So that's another thing we've been thinking about, and like I said, just being transparent, sharing it with you guys. I'm sure everybody, you know, works out different things in your head, and we're just doing it, uploading our lives, putting ourselves out there and letting you know as we go along. So that's something we're thinking about. But enough talking, I gotta get to some plowing.
That's all, folks.